Hello there. This is God Blessed back again from the Script Flip Network. You're liking and sharing and subscribing and commenting on this video, or else why did you click on it? Why did I do this? What's happening here? What are we getting into? All right, so today I'd like to talk to you about Sign O' the Times by Prince Rogers Nelson. So, let me take a look at the box set, because that's what we're doing, is this incredibly large box set. And I want to talk to you about my preemptive impressions, my preview, my my understanding of what I would like it to be and what I think should have happened. I am going to break it all down. I'm trying to catch up with what all the different, Prince people online think and don't think. I want to go into, is this under the Super Deluxe website? Well, I guess you can't answer that while I'm doing this. Should have gone live with it. Okay, so Prince Vault should be a good place to start. So, I kind of want to talk about the album itself later, but let's take a look at the way the album was. Came out in 87, right? So, when I start looking back at the vault, I want to know about 86 a little bit. There's a lot of stuff that, just off the top of my head, somebody be like, yo, you should add some unreleased music to the box set. Naturally, I'm gonna want that DVD of the movie that they made with and like cats dancing, and they're like, you see that girl over there? Look, like I want that. But I heard that like when they enhanced the like digital version and stuff like that you can kind of see the hard edits between like different takes and stuff. Personally, I would like to see just like whatever the work that went into that, because I know that there was an original show that was recorded, and then they did a lot of dubs or like lip syncing to those live elements and things. They Frankenstein together that Sign of the Times movie. The box set should have, obviously, whatever scrapped elements were for Crystal Ball, Dream Factory, Camille, and frankly, I think that there's plenty of other scraps, other, like alternate takes and early versions and things like that, where when people like, okay, so you know how like Prince's friend will be like, he'd be like, actually, if I was to get an album called Camille, I would be pretty underwhelmed because all I need is a playlist of the songs I already have. Nah, dude, that album is probably different than what you think. I feel like I'm coming out the camera. Hey, yo, dude! Don't say that. Don't speak so soon, because what the estate has done is to try and get ahead of the bootleg circuit by providing songs that you didn't expect. You know what I mean? So, like, you pull the record out, and you're like, let's see here. And you'd be like, this has Little Red Corvette on it. I know that song. And then you'll put it in, and it'll be like a disco version of Little Red Corvette. And you'll be like, huh, I thought I heard Little Red Corvette, but this is different. Some examples that come off the top of my head are like, there's a version of 100 miles per hour that's on the Originals record that's very different from what we've heard. There's a version of Wouldn't You Love to Love Me on there that's very different from what we would know and want. And so what I mean to say is there's work that exists that is not distributed, that is not circulating, that we could have if they choose to do so. You know what I mean? And there's like for the original Rave Unto the Joy Fantastic, I think I've seen multiple configurations of that. I've seen one where the track list was all handwritten in cursive and pencil. And I've heard so many versions of songs, especially when you talk about like Willard's Wormholes or The Work or Work It. These compilations, like the chocolate box of chocolates. Or I don't know, like it's just the competitive nature of the bootleggers who tried to make these compilations. I prefer, because of like the ability to change the way you listen to music by moving songs around digitally. I prefer that they give us a chronological disc of just like, yo, here's the tracks as they have them and stuff like that. And because they're paying people to bake tapes and to throw them up on the reels and throw faders up and down, why not just put out the stuff, sell all the songs for 99 cents each, and just like keep it moving, just like go era by era? Because my initial thoughts about Sign of the Times is this, like with 1999, there are songs that don't necessarily belong in that collection. So if you're gonna go that far, then give us another like 2, 3, 4, 5 discs in there and really appropriate what happened in that time, instead of just like cherry picking things. Because like they put like an instrumental on there called Colleen, which is like, it's cool. I wish it would have rode slower, like personally, get that bip bip. It would have been cooler like that. It's a little erratic the way it is. What if they put it on the rails and it was just the wrong speed and we never knew that? But like, as far as like the experiments and stuff like that go, songs that weren't finished and then like got scrapped, we should be able to get those iterations of it. And they are doing different versions. Like they leaked recently the rock version, or a version of Witness for the Prosecution. And of course I like the more dancey, funky version of it, but this was cool to hear like another variant of it. And like, to be honest, like I think there's printed versions that differ from each other from the same days, you know what I mean? Whether like his process seemed to be unpredictable, although everybody acts like they knew him so well. So it's like, you could really overextend these CDs. You could have a whole side of like a whole CD or a whole side of a record just with the same song just over and over again, and the fans would like it, you know what I mean? And this is what I mean. They're charging so much for this box. The 1999 one was a little overpriced, you know what I mean? But I looked it up when I saw the pre-release finally was available, and it's out of stock, and I bought it for like $60 at the time, and now it has dramatically increased in price. This goes in line with most of the type of stuff that I've purchased. You know what I mean? I don't go out and buy Nelly's Sweatsuit record and then try and flip it. You know what I mean? But I also don't see an opportunity like a box set and buy it just to be able to sell it. But just my tastes have afforded me a lifestyle where I can buy a thing and then feel bad about it, and then within 5 to 10 years make an incredible profit off of the thing that now seems to be scarce. So if they're not going to keep producing the 1999 box set, you know, anybody out there who feels like, you know, I don't need this anymore, go ahead and sell it, because you can make money back on your investment. So with the Sign of the Times box, I did buy it, and it's supposed to come out in September. But my theory is this: with most albums, there might be a re-release, there might be like a special edition or something, but they don't do a box set. Most bands barely even get a box set, and if they do, there is one box set to rule them all. There's not a box set for every album, and this is why people need to understand that Prince is a different character, a different entity. And it's like, I feel like time and time again when I try to talk to just like normal music people or friends or family about this stuff, they're like, this is so eccentric, why would you be so into this? And it's like, I'm not the only one. You know what I mean? I'm not the only person who sees that there's something different about this and can glean some other evidence of mastery of the craft. You know, like, I'm not some hyper fan of like anything really, you know? Like, I don't really consider myself a fanatic of Prince, but I'm not one of those Prince fans that's like just talking so much trash all the time. Like, people just love to get together and be like, oh man, that was a crazy wig he had, it was stupid, and then those pants, what was he thinking? Like, I'm not that type of guy, but I'm also not saying everything he did was perfect. And Sign of the Times is a record that people are like, it needs a re-release because the sound is so bad. It's not that bad. It's a vibe. That's what the kids say. There's great records on this project. I think the Sign of the Times as a concept and stuff like that right now is very, 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 very relevant. But you can't make the kids dissect it and digest it the way that, you know, people want them to. So, like, the other aspect that I have on this box set is that if Warner Brothers is going to continue to do this, going to produce a big project for every album, they will go bankrupt. They will have enough money to produce these a little bit, but this is going to break it. This $160 box set is not going to bankrupt me, but things like this are what's going to ruin it. They're not going to be able to make these box sets anymore. And if they do, it's not going to be as common as they were. Like, when did originals come out? Hey, could you pull that up? June 2019. So that was last year. And they did the 1999 thing recently. They did Piano and a Microphone. And, like, to be honest, they're not doing it fast enough, but they're charging too much for the stuff. But in order to get these things off the ground, it's like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You got to charge enough to get your money back. They're not going to be able to go do a 30-mine box set and recoup the money. Like, if they sold out of the 1999 box set, that's fine and all, but it's like, it's hard to say. The buy-in minimum to play new, old, unreleased Prince stuff as a person who wants to hear it, it's too much money. You need to set up a Tidal subscription-based thing where you can get to a cloud that just has all the stuff there. You pay a flat rate per month to have access to this place that has all these videos of like shows, bootlegs, soundboard recordings, pictures, you know, all that stuff, because you can't make the average consumer pay an exorbitant fee to have the product, right? And so it's like the stuff that I would expect to come out of the Sign of the Times box set for the amount that they're charging, I can't do that. I mean, I did, but I'm gonna complain. I'm gonna bitch and moan. All right, so singles, mixes, edits, B-sides. The Frisbee disc. Take that one out and put another disc of crap that isn't involved in here, okay? So we've got the live June 20th 87 disc. I might know of this bootleg or some of the songs, but I'm not sure. Then we've got live at Paisley Park, December 31st 87 with Miles Davis. I think I remember that one. Like, there was something really funny in there. There was something funny. I can't remember. There's something really funny in there with those two. Like, and Miles is a weird guy. Okay, so it has Rebirth of the Flesh. And we're gonna get into the unreleased stuff because that's what I really care about. I am a huge Purple Underground guy. Like, I love the unreleased stuff. It's like I spend more time listening to the rare crap than I do with his albums. There's something about it that just, it's so delicious. You know, like tracks like Strange Way. There's just like weird songs that just are dope. All right, so let's look at these unreleased tracks. I'm very happy that there is Wonderful Day. I am happy that there is Big Tall Wall. Very excited about that. Eggplant is awesome. Soul Psychedelicide is awesome. The Cocoa Boys, fantastic. Yeah, Rebirth of the Flesh is awesome. Wally is great. I want to hear another version of Wally, because my theory is that the one that we've heard of Wally is a remake, because if he deleted the song, then how do we have this other version with like horns on it? Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Another Big Tall Wall, great. And the rest, like, Cosmic Day is awesome too. So, okay, here's the songs I don't know about. Like, I'm not trying to sound like an elitist, but like, these are songs I've never heard of, I think. So, like, there's a song called Visions. I don't know what that is. And that says, what? I don't know that song. And Blanche, I don't know what that is. Oh yeah, The Ball is great. And did I say Rebirth of the Flesh? Yeah. Okay, so anyways, back to what I don't know. It bees like that sometimes. I don't know. I have no idea what that is. Walking in Glory. Hopefully that's a gospel record. Oh yeah, we got Strange Relationship Shep Pettibone Club Mix. That guy makes awesome remixes. Made really great extended versions of stuff. So that's not enough, because like I really just want to hear more unreleased Prince stuff. Like, you're gonna charge all this to just like make things louder on, you know, songs that are fine. So like, here's the highlights for Sign of the Times for me. Housequake. Oh yes. You know, like if I was to throw up a playlist right now of Sign of the Times, it would be like Housequake, maybe Slow Love, The Hot Thing, extended version. If If I Was Your Girlfriend, like I've been jamming on that lately. Such a great track. It's Gonna Be a Beautiful Night. But, you know, the rest, it's like there's a lot missing. You know what I mean? Like if you were gonna put together this box set, you should have put more in here. It's just bizarre. Like I can't help but feel like let me look at the prices on this thing. They want, for the digital version, I think they wanted like $70 or $80. $90 in Canada, Japan $113, USA $121. They better adjust this. They charge me more. Oh no, that's the 8 CD. There's a 13 LP version too. And like in the UK, you're gonna spend $300. There's a $355 vinyl version. The stuff you guys are charging for vinyl is like what they would call highway robbery. The book that comes with it better be good, man, because like you guys are really going nuts with the charges. Like, so we got 6, 7, 8, 9 discs. 9 discs. And I almost got the digital version because I don't really care about the videos that they put out. I don't really watch them. I mean, I buy Prince DVDs, but I never really watch them. Like, I see them for a little bit, I'll turn them off. Like, I would rather be able to just, like, watch it on YouTube or something on my phone. It's a different time. And I've got a nice system that I mix the sound with and stuff like that so that it sounds nice. But it's just like, typically I'm not at home doing that, you know? So it's really hot in here. It's ridiculous. Sign of the times. You should have put a box set together that had more involved. You should have put whatever exclusive thing that's in those other variations of what he turned in, included those in here, because this feels like very much like there's only like a handful of that. Granted, I'm probably gonna be blown away by the stuff that's like that I listed that I've never heard of, but like as well, like with songs that were like the vault tracks on the 1999 record, like let me think, like Purple Music, it was slightly different than what I knew, and I still kind of wish they would have put a cleaner version of what we had, because that's the one that I know and love. So it's like they're also going to put songs that I know on the box that are unreleased, but it's not going to be the version that I have, you know what I mean? And it's just for the sake of being like, you didn't have that though. And I just wish, like, you know, they would just like, I don't know. It's so hard to say because there's so many voices and all that. But like for me personally, you guys, because it's probably not pressed up yet, you probably have some like, you have versions of the mock-up and stuff like that. While you're still taking pre-orders, you should add another 2, 3, 4 CDs to this. No joke. You should make way more material available on this release. If you have any common decency, you should put some exclusives together on this and make that happen right away. Otherwise, you're going to turn away a lot of potential consumers with the price that you're charging for this, over $100 for music. You need to reestablish what it means to provide this stuff for the people, because it's not fair. Music is free now, and you're abusing the paying customers like that. $100 and some for this, when there's not a gold-plated thing in there. There's not even like a lanyard that has the peace sign on it or something. There's nothing extra to it. There's no trinket that affords for this to be so much money. It doesn't cost that much money to produce a physical disc. The vinyl record, it does cost a certain amount because the production value is there. It's weighty. It costs more to move it around. the boxes, like when I got the 1999 box set, I bought it. It came to my house. I saw the package, and it was just a little itty bitty, just a little baby. It's a little tiny thing. It was cool, but there was still so much that I didn't want. When the 1999 box set came to me, I didn't really want the live show. Didn't matter to me. I didn't want the live video so much. I didn't need a remix or remaster of 1999, really. You know what I mean? The book was okay. It wasn't that interesting. The coolest part was seeing handwritten lyrics and like the reels, the pictures of the reels and stuff like that. The packaging was weird. I couldn't get the discs out of the stupid slip cases. The coolest thing in the box set was No Call You. You know what I mean? The stuff that I really wanted to hear cleaned up. Do more of that. Do more of this. Do more of that. Like, even Originals has parts that I like about it, but as an album, I can't listen to it all the way through, really. I've only listened to it all the way through, like, maybe 5 times or something. But there's a few jams in there that I've listened to countless times. Like You're My Love. I've listened to that at least 50 times. It's a great song. Put out more compilations of the unreleased stuff. Quit worrying about making a definitive box set of Parade or something. There's too much material, so don't try and squeeze this stuff together and then be like, well, because we did so much for you, we have to charge all this. Don't do that. Just put a CD out or whatever, and like, if you got to do it as like a subscription-based thing, or just like every few months drop another disc, do that, and then that way you can gouge the price like crazy, charge us $15 every other month just to keep dropping. Because the consumers want more of it. It is never going to be enough. But you've seen it, you know what you're dealing with. This dude has plenty of music. You could do what the other record labels do and just keep putting out the same crap that they already have and they'll buy it. But we're not retarded. You know what I mean? We're not, like, Prince fans aren't the average music fans, so you can't treat us like we're dumb. You can't put out a record and expect us to pay that much and not have a complaint. And mine is this: you need to put more in it. I'm not satisfied with what this looks like. Until I have it in my hands and my wig is blown back, I will maintain my opinion. I was not going to eat my words when I said that the 1999 box set was going to have like a very similar mix to the album. I still kind of prefer the original 1999 CD sound of it. Like, I used to have, let me see, I got a cassette of Prince stuff. I have most of them on cassette from before he died, and the mixes on those in this old car, you see the ceiling's falling apart, they sound great. They sound awesome. All I gotta do is just like turn the bass up, turn the treble down a little bit, and it sounds fantastic. You don't have to mix the tracks for me, because I'm gonna do that myself with the equalizer. Stop trying to put all this stock into, we got so-and-so to make a new this year remix. I don't care. I don't. So, bootleggers, keep distributing all that trash that you guys bought off of somebody during tours and stuff like that. If you have a slightly altered version of a track that you bought back in the 80s or something like that, and you're holding on to it, just put it out. Quit being so greedy with your stuff. If you distribute it, if you upload it and let people have your rare Prince collection that you feel like, oh, I got stuff that you've never heard, put that out, because the estate's probably got a cleaner version of it, and once they know that it's out, they'll do something to try and stop us from distributing the stuff that we shouldn't have for free. And as well as anyone else, you want to hear it, even if you're gonna bitch and moan that you don't like this and that song. Like, I didn't like the song Vagina, right? But it was still cool to hear. It was interesting. So, like I said, WB, put out all the stuff. Put it out do completist stuff, because I don't want you to have to turn around and be like, oh, well, there's actually 15 versions of Witness for the prosecution, but we chose the one that we knew you'd like. You don't know. You don't know. And like the box set's got a version of Strange Relationship that like it's really old. Wow, that's so interesting. So we got to put it in there, but it doesn't fit within that. Like the Strange Relationship that's from the other era was for a different, like if you're gonna do a box set, it should have been on like, you know, Dirty Mind or whatever record it was supposed to come out with. So like, why would you put it on the Sign of the Times just because it ended up on there? That's the thing. You can't be slavish to putting the songs that are related to the track list that's on that album, because like there wasn't a 1982 Prince that said like, this song will be on Sign of the Times. You know what I mean? It probably wasn't even called Sign of the Times till way later. It's so hard to say this. Just put out like a project that's like Prince 1986. You know what I'm saying? Put out a box set or a DVD that's like, here's all we got from Prince 1988. You know what I'm saying? Do that instead. So what did I say? You put your thumbs in it, you put your comment in it, you subscribe, and I'll be back to talk about more about this, but this is not a Prince channel, all right? It's not a Prince channel. I get comments of people being like, you should sink this other guy's boat. You know, that channel sucks. You keep it real. I'm just talking about stuff. I'm not talking about Prince stuff all the time. If I did, I would be making people really mad, because I don't have anything to lose. I'm not gonna get on this platform and be like, yo, you gotta get on the Patreon, so I'm gonna kiss this guy's ass, and like if I had certain interviews and stuff like that, I'm not gonna ask the dumb questions. I'm gonna ask like the real questions, and you don't want me doing a Prince channel. And if you do, I mean, like, I would lose my endorsements pretty quickly, because I'm not a contrarian, but I'm not gonna like brown nose to try and like be linear with what your opinion is. Otherwise, why am I gonna speak on it if I'm gonna say what you already were gonna say or what you said? That's ridiculous. All right, I'm out of here. I gotta go. It's so hot in here. Peace.